while President Joe Biden is trying to support interaction of U.S. with increasing source of concern about China's existence in region. This week will host Pacific leaders at White House. The United States is expected to offer new embassies for financing and Cook Islands and Nuie for more marine cooperation. However, the talks have already experienced a setback because the Prime Minister of Solomon Islands, Manasseh Sogavare, who is already in compliance with Beijing, would not participate. A White House official said, "We were disappointed that this is a very special summit." He said, leaders from the 18-member Pacific Island Forum are expected to support climate change among other issues in the White House on Monday and Tuesday. A year ago, Biden hosted the first summit with 14 Pacific Island countries and promised to work harder with allies and partners to meet the needs of his administration. Dr. Meg Keen, director of Pacific Islands Program of Lowy Institute, described the summit as history VE and comes to focus on Biden's debt ceiling negotiations after visiting Papua New Guinea in early this year. Keen, considering that the U.S. has been going on for a long time, it works quite fast to compensate for the lost floor. Keen said, the region is waiting to see whether the great commitments will be delivered. During 2022 summit, the United States announced more than $800 million to states of ADA. In a statement, Saray said that summit would confirm commitment to U.S.'s commitment to regional priorities and cooperation on key issues such as climate change and maritime security. Tonga Prime Minister Siaosi Sovalen said that the meeting, which approached journalists, was an opportunity for us to share our concerns. In a high-level meeting in New York before the summit last week, the Sovaleni said that Tonga's most important priorities were climate change and oceans, and he would look for new investors to support these difficulties. The urgency of change is evident, the Sovalen said. The Sovaleni is expected to discuss how U.S. can support better access to climate financing and how oceans can improve security and management of oceans. Ernst Puna, Secretary General of the Pacific Islands Forum, said he hoped that the summit would bring concrete actions on issues, including climate change, to an event in New York last week. In September 2022, the leaders of the U.S. Pacific Island Country Summit, Jonathan Ernst Puna, said that Pacific Island region has gone through a strategic period of neglect. Only 10 years ago, today it has become subject of strategic interest, competition and manipulation. This is referring to geopolitical competition for influence between U.S.-China. China signed a security agreement with Solomon Islands last year and caused concern about Beijing's ambitions in the region in USA and Australia. At same time, Washington increases its relationship with Pacific with new embassies and high-level visits. After break, he reopened his